Our next speaker, I actually have a little story about how he ended up at this conference. So I went to the YMCA one day in Ventura, where I live, and I was rushing out the door because I had a podcast recording in 7 minutes, and I live 4 minutes from the Y, and I was trying to get home really quick. And I was wearing this T-shirt that said XY Planning Network that I got for free at FinCon from a buddy at a booth a couple of years ago. And this guy was walking up, he's like, "Hey, why are you wearing an XY Planning T-shirt? Are you a financial advisor? I thought I'm the only XY Planning guy in town." And we ended up becoming quick friends, and he is here tonight to talk to us, the only other Venturan, as far as I know, from Ventura, California. Please welcome Michael Anderson. And he's wearing the shirt. This is how we met, right here.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So life is a lot like a deck of cards. And when you're single, all the cards are your own. So your 4 aces, they're right on the top. And it's beautiful. It's wonderful. Now, when you get married, when you start a business, when you have kids, the deck gets reshuffled. Every time it gets reshuffled, your aces go down. Marriage, down. Kids, down. Start a business, down. What happens to those aces when you finally have kids? They're gone. Poof! You don't see those 4 aces anymore because your superhero children control those aces. They control all the cards in the deck, and your wife does too. And that's just kind of how it works. That's the new reality. See, this is my family here, my wife Annie, my son Elliot, Oliver, and Ian. This is our train trip, a social media moment. We're having a good time, beautiful family, right? Wrong. That's 10 minutes into a 3-hour trip, everybody's crying, and we're not allowed to ride Amtrak anymore. The reality is, it's 52-card pickup every day, 4 times a day. They mess stuff up faster than you can clean it up. They're messing it up. You can't keep up with these kids. Parenting is hard. And actually, it's parenting and having a small business. It's kind of like this, is building a house of cards in a windstorm. It's nearly impossible. It may happen, but it's very, very difficult. And if you have kids, you know what I'm talking about. So today's presentation is 7 pitfalls of being an entrepreneur parent. I don't want to scare you with this stuff, but I do want to share the realities from a man who's walked the walk. Okay, what I've seen and interpreted from my experience having kids. Number 7, this is my son Elliot. What do you see when you have this scenario and you walk into the bathroom? Who's going to clean that kid up? Honey, the kid's in the bathroom. I'm working in the garage. I got to go. I am out of here. And by the way, that's mud. That's not. It's just a visual image. But good. See, I used to enjoy a cup of coffee. And I check my email, check my social media feed, check up on the news. I don't get to do that anymore. Okay, because at 8 a.m., I've already been up for 3 hours trying to put the kid to bed. Okay, and back to bed. It don't happen. A rendering of me before kids on the right there, on the left. And then the one on the left is 5 years after kids. I still had hair back then. It was one of my better drawings, and I've lost that. But this is a Tuesday at my house. These are the neighbor kids, and their motto is, "We break stuff." They're very good at it. Our house is always a mess. We don't have nice things, and parenting is hard. It's just very, very difficult. Here's a picture of me at 8 a.m. If you want to, that's me. Actually, that's my dad. That really is my dad. 29 years old. He had 4 kids. If he could give you one piece of advice, it's going to be this. One piece of advice from my father: wear protection. Helmets are good. Guys and girls, now, safety is key here. Get a good helmet, wear it, and hashtag helmets are good. And it's really important because you got to have a good helmet, too, because you don't want it to break during the game. It defeats the purpose if it breaks during the game. So my son Elliot, he does pee in pools. He also pees on toys, on carpet, his brothers, the dog, everything. But surprisingly, he does not like peeing in a toilet. Really weird. But it's not all bad. See, let me pull it back a little bit, because grandma comes around. She makes pancakes. And a family that eats pancakes together stays together. A growing family is a happy family. And you want to include them in your life, and it's beautiful. So you have your son. This is my boy Elliot, and he's my little money minion. And all your kids are with you all the time. They look up to you. They enjoy you. They just emulate you in so many ways. And parenting is a beautiful thing. I do not want to scare you, okay? It's hard when it feels like you're losing all the time. What does winning finally look like? And it's really this. It's when they do silly stuff and it's when they finally poop out. Most nights, you're just waiting, and it doesn't happen. But if you take one thing from this presentation, it's this. The benefits outweigh the cost. Parenting is beautiful. The magic memories and the joy you're going to have from being a parent is well worth it. Don't let me scare you here. And the entrepreneurship that you're in with being an entrepreneur, you'll have the latitude to do things like this. What you want to enjoy during your week, in your day, in your life, you can have fun, and for us, it's the beach. My final slide is this. If your parents are still living, mine are not, text them at some point throughout FinCon. Let them know, thank you for raising me, because I'm sure I was a piece of work, and that's what you want to tell them. Thank you very much, everybody.